Well, today is the first of a three-day national policy conference of the National Union of Mineworkers. It's taking place in the East Rand. Day one is expected to delve deeply into the organisational policies related to various issues. The conference also comes as the first sitting of the National Assembly is expected on Friday. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala joins us live now from that venue. Nqobile, I wonder how much as well of this conference will deal with issues like what's just unfolded at Sibanye-Stillwater over the past week.
Well, definitely a lot to deal with such issues, Michelle. In fact, we know that some of those policies that they're going to be delving deep into will also include things like NHI, which is also going to be affecting the workers, as well as in terms of the agenda is that employment part of ensuring that there's integrity in the work that you are in and ensuring that people are paid accordingly. We know this is the second policy, and of course NUM will be able to speak more about those policies. And I want to start with the 41 years. Deputy President, what does the 41 years mean?
Well, thank you very much. The 41 years means a lot to the revolution in terms of the National Union of Mineworkers. It's the 41 that has experienced the Marikana in 2012. It's the 41 that has realized the decline of the voting power in 2016, August 3. It's the 41 that has shown us that we are losing up in terms of a number of municipalities, especially the metros. Is the 41 that told us that the leader of the alliance, being the African National Congress, in 2024, 29 May, has dropped to below 40. Is the 29 that says to us, as National Union of Mineworkers, our focus must continue to be the struggle of mineworkers, especially because the membership has grown young now. We have got young people who are skilled equally, not skilled as per what the industry requires. We need an evolution to revolve in as far as giving relevant skills for the economy to respond to the needs of the young people.
And of course we're seeing issues like what was happening in Sibanye, where there's miners that are underground staging a protest. It's not the first of its kind. We've seen it a couple of times in the Northwest. How are you going to deal with such issues, especially with regards to the policies that you are going to be discussing?
One of the important fashionable things that we really condemn, it has started in Royal Bafokeng on the issues of the payments of what is called employee share benefits. We are seeing it is continuing in Sibanye. This is what workers must understand. It is theirs. There are agreements in place. The only thing is the communication of when are the shares matured and who is going to get what. I'm a beneficiary. I'm talking here. I've earned this money twice from my employer. The only thing is who communicates what, when, where, and for what. But if there are these internal issues of saying who want to be the breaker of good news, that's where the confusion starts.
And in terms of employment, in terms of the amount of money that is being paid to the mine workers, what's your take on that?
Look, the first payout of the employee share scheme happened in one of the Anglo Gold Ashanti, if I'm not wrong. I'm subject to corrections. People were paid reasonable money, where some of them, they even resigned, because to be honest, the industry where we are working, the salary determination is not like in the private sector where the Department of Public Service Act regulates who gets what. It's out of our own efforts to negotiate. And this is the union that negotiated a better living wage. And a living wage is not anything that you can determine and say 12,000 is a living wage. A living wage is anything that responds to the nature at the time it is required. And it's a continuation struggle. That's why we have got retrenchments. That's why we have got all a number of things, because majority of the shareholders, if not mine owners, are not South Africans. They are foreign nationals.
Briefly, could you explain to us what's the stance of NUM on the government of unity?
Well, it's not for the first time. We want everything that can work for the people, not individuals. We don't want to see the repeat of Zondo Commission. We don't want to see a repeat of posting people who think the voting power is the entitlement of profession. We just want public office bearers who will respond to the call of people.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's the deputy of NUM speaking to us, of course, here at the NUM National Policy Conference that is expected to start at about 3 o'clock. And we understand that as NUM speaks to us, they're also part of the tripartite that's also going to be expected to be here, which is ANC is expected to be here, as well as they fall under COSATU, and we're expecting ACP to also be part of these conversations that are going to be taking place here.
Nqobile Madlala, thanks very much indeed for that update.